Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's Bo Talks with Big Jim podcast. Today it's just me, Big Jim. We're going to do some solo episodes, and I chose to talk about gas. Not gas out of your gut, but gasoline that we use to transportate and we actually take advantage of. So, with that in mind, let's go. And I hope you guys enjoy the story.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Bo Talks with Big Jim podcast.
Guess what, motherfucker?
Some of the information you are about to hear, some may find disturbing.
I don't know who gave them this or who gave them the clearance. On the crotch.
Oh my
Right
lord.
there.
Can we Google that?
Yeah, that's what I thought. And then I fucking stumbled down a dark hole and I love it.
Great cake parties. If I'm going to believe anybody's bullshit, I'm going to believe mine.
It sounds not politically correct, but
You two motherfuckers need Jesus.
Unfortunately, Bo's not available to do this recording, so he allowed me to do a show all by myself. So hopefully I do him some justice or do some show the justice. Don't want to lose any followers, so please bear with me. This is my first time. With that in mind, today I'm going to talk to you about the true cost of a gallon of gas. I found that it was kind of important or necessary to talk about it since the whole pipeline situation that's been going on in the East Coast. Now, first and foremost, from what I read and listened to and watched on videos, everything that I'm going to explain to you or do my best to try to explain to you consists of strictly dealing with the West Coast. Now, I live in California. Unfortunately, it's not all that great. Doesn't matter. Point is, from what I understand, as of lately, and it's probably been going on for years, we get a lot of fuel piped in from Alaska. Now, I'm sure there's reasons and there's variables and there's some sort of understanding. I'm not that smart to try to break it down to you guys, but what I'm going to do is do my best to translate what I found on the internet to describe how much we pay for a freaking gallon of gas. So please enjoy the story. Center of Investigative Reporting, CRE, created a short video explaining the true cost of our oil dependency by following a single gallon of gasoline refined and consumed in California. A single gallon of gasoline emits 25 pounds of greenhouse gas emissions, and a single driver in the United States creates 10,000 pounds of greenhouse gases. Gases include carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and any other greenhouse pollution by mixing fuel to make fuel by making other fuel. Now, granted, we drive automobiles. Other parts of the story is going to consist of talking about the military. Military has a whole different type of fuel. We need fossil fuel to create this other kind of fuel. Why the hell do we have to depend on something that used to live millions of years ago? Now, the bad thing about this story about it takes a forest the size of California, Nevada, Arizona to clear out those emissions every year per person, per gallon. I wonder why the earth is going to shit. By looking into this question, I had to look into a lot of videos, newspaper articles, and even other podcasts. Okay, from what I can find, read and understand is the biggest variable is price of crude oil. Per barrel, a barrel can cost up to $80. Now, supply and demand is a huge variable, obviously we know that, but the barrel can fluctuate to even as low as 40 up to 100, depending on the demand. So up to 12% is refining cost. 18 goes to retail and transportation, to the gas stations, to fuel services, and other productions, and transporting it to and from those places. So gas, to provide gas, to get it in trucks, to get you gas. Whoa, 17% is taxes, and majority left. 53% of the crude oil is profit to whomever they are. I don't know, out of my guideline. So it basically seems pretty simple, right? 53% is profit. The rest breaks down in percentages of what the true cost of a gallon of gas would be. Okay, now let me do my best to try and break this down. From what I understand, the actual cost of a gallon of gas is roughly $15. Now, I thought that was cut and dry and the end of the story. No, it's not it at all. Okay, basically, based on the West Coast, variable number one Influences from overseas. Product that goes overseas, it's refined. Obviously, the dollar, the yen, the euro, the Deutschmark, all that stuff. Military infrastructure and wastefulness. The wastefulness, obviously, military, we have to fly people and equipment to wherever we have to go battle. War is another big obstacle. Your household income. So if you're poor like me, or if you're rich like somebody else, that goes into the production of a gallon of gas. Cost of living and inflation. It happens. Inflation's going to happen. The cost of living is going to go up because we have to pay more taxes to pay for producing gas. Unreal, isn't it? So far, that's just a part of it. The production rate, and I found this interesting. Production rate goes full bore up until the end of winter. And then after that, refineries shut down to clean all of the bad shit out of the barrels. Prices will go up until the refineries are done spring cleaning. Spring cleaning consists of whatever waste that they have to get rid of. Now the prices will go down the beginning of spring into summer. That's when everybody likes to travel. I just found it interesting that when refineries shut down, we have to pay the difference. I found this interesting. Psychological state of people, how people choose to drive, whether it's cruising, racing, boating. Now the number one thing, fossil fuel. That's what we're talking about. Back to cruising, racing, people in road rage. Believe it or not, every time you press the gas, it omits emissions, cleanup. Transportation is also a variable. You go from state to state, you're driving it barrels, or you're driving tankers from state to state. That's basically within our nation. Or even overseas, green ocean, blue ocean, brown ocean. I don't understand it. I'm not going to try to understand it, but I'm trying to give you guys some information to hopefully this kind of breaks it down to what the bottom line price per barrel is. It's unreal what the cost is going to be. So transportation, now you might have to go remotely. Keep in mind, remotely means taking it out, going into the middle of the Alaskan forest, or Antarctica, or Greenland, or wherever. Another variable, worldwide military use and wastefulness. Next thing to consider, spills and natural disasters, earthquakes, tsunamis, hurricanes, typhoons, all that other stuff. Health costs. Now, believe it or not, people put in, there is an equated part of the taxes that we pay is available for people who get sick from gashouse gases, asthma, pollution, they get skin irritation, people who are hospitalized because of it. I'd imagine if there was an accident, an unfortunate accident where there was an explosion. Now, we have a refinery here in the Bay Area that has exploded a few times, and that was an impact here for the gas prices. So I'm assuming when they talk about rehabilitation and medical costs, that's what they're referring to. They meaning the people who own these refineries or own the fossil fuel. I'm not that fucking smart to figure it out, and I don't have that much time to do the investigation. You got to keep in mind, like I said earlier, when we make fuel, it does come from fossil fuel. It goes into making other fuel, dragsters, boats, military. That in mind, you got to realize it's also generating more types of greenhouse gases. 1 gallon of gas produces 25 pounds of greenhouse gases. How do they weigh gases? Don't know. I'm not going to break that down. That produces one person per year 10,000 pounds of nasty air. Unreal. I understand why now there's more people getting sick than usual. Believe it or not, the price I'm going to give you consists of supply and demand, natural disaster, transportation, wastefulness, probably even stealing the gas. A lot of us do get pissed off at gas station people. Gas stations don't make any money on gas. The only time gas people make any money is off the merchandise inside the building. Alcohol, soda, water, chips, gas station burritos, condoms, cigarettes, all that stuff. I just want to throw that in there. We shouldn't be getting pissed off at them. It's not their fault. They're just employees that work there. If they own it, they own it. That's good for them. If not, it's not their fault for the prices that change from time to time. So now let's get to what I'm going to tell you is the price of a gallon of gas. is roughly $15 a gallon of gas. That's what it costs to purchase, to buy, and sell. How do we pay the difference? Well, it wasn't explained to me, but other than knowing that we, the people who pay taxes and other programs that help out with that, subsidiary taxes, and hardworking folks like us, totally screwed that up, but I'm going to keep it in. Here's the price. Roughly for a gallon of gas will vary between $400 and $1,000 per gallon of gas. Think about that, folks. $400 is what it actually costs to sell, I'm assuming, us a gallon of gas. Because when they make this gas, there's so much other shit involved for cleaning, restoring, transporting to remote areas. I found an article that said that a guy can pay up to $1,000 for a gallon of gas in a remote area. Unreal. And it's still fossil fuel, millions and millions of year old fossil fuel that we have in the earth underneath our feet, that we're paying this outrageous amount of money on to provide for people to drive to and from, or whatever necessities they need. Is it unreal? You tell me. Is it speculation? You tell me. If you find another story that says different, let me know. Correct me. I know I'm wrong. What I'm trying to translate to you folks out there, $400 minimum per tank of gas is what we pay, according to articles, podcasts, and everything else that I found information about. It's very simple. I'm not going to sit here and try to sell you something. Everybody knows I'm not that smart to try and break shit down to you. I have no graphs. I have no charts. I just have facts that I read from the internet. Bottom line is, this isn't no Ripley's Believe It or Not type shit. $400 for a gallon of gas has got to be unreal. So why the hell are we still doing this? Unbelievable. I just thought it was interesting. I wanted to do my best to try and translate to you about a topic that basically is being impacted right now on the East Coast and Midwest. People are running out of gas. Gas, something that we're taking advantage of. But at the same time, it truly is a racket. $400 a gallon. We pay here in my neighborhood right now, it's $4.19 a gallon. So what is speculated is sold $15 a gallon between subsidiaries, taxes, and somebody else. We're paying the difference. So they're taking care of the difference, but in actuality, it's a $400 price tag per gallon of gas. That precious fuel we all come to love and depend on for all of our selfish needs. I'm not going to get political. I'm not going to get emotional. I just thought it was interesting. Jim trusted me to have this conversation with you guys. I thought I'd do my best to have a solo story like he asked. The information I got is pre-pandemic. I don't even want to start looking into what it's going to be as of right now. Pre-pandemic is all the information that I just read to you. And I know I'm forgetting a bunch of stuff. I know I am. But like I said, I thought it seemed fit for Jim and I to try and tell a story. But unfortunately, it's just me today. So I hope I did okay. I hope I did some information justice. I know I lost a lot of words and examples in translation, but again, I thought it would be an interesting topic to talk about the actual price of gas per gallon, and I was blown away. I just stumbled across this from me staying up late looking at stories, reading Google stuff, listening to other podcasts, and I thought I'd do some of my own little simple investigating, and it is a rabbit hole. It is a rabbit hole to go into all these topics to try to explain to you why gas is $400 a gallon. Military-industrial complex is a big waste of money, period. I'm not one to change the rules. I'm one just to speak, and I could be wrong. So with that said, thanks for tuning in. Hope this information was entertaining. If not, you get a good chuckle out of my silliness. And if it is, please do some investigating on your own and correct me. I would love to be creative because I will not be ashamed to be wrong. I'm always wrong. I only get better. So please, like, follow, share, review. Do the whole bit. You know how it goes. Until next time, I'm Big Jim. Thanks, everybody.